Imagine standing at a crossroads, unsure of which path to take. You feel the weight of uncertainty pressing down on you. What if you make the wrong choice? What if the consequences are irreversible? In moments like these, we often look outward for answers, advice from friends, trends on social media, or even fleeting impulses. But what if the answer lies within you? What if all it takes to navigate life's complexities is asking yourself one simple question? This is not just any question, it's a Stoic trick, a tool used by some of history's greatest thinkers and leaders to find clarity, purpose, and strength. Rooted in ancient philosophy but profoundly relevant today, this practice has the power to transform how you think, act, and live. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this question is so powerful and how you can use it to guide your decisions, build resilience, and create a life aligned with your deepest values. Let's dive in. At its core, this Stoic trick revolves around a single, deceptively simple question: is this within my control? On the surface, it may seem straightforward, even obvious. Yet, when applied consistently and deeply, it becomes a transformative lens through which you view the world. The Stoics believe that much of human suffering stems not from external events themselves but from our judgments about them. When we fixate on things beyond our control, other people's opinions, random outcomes, or uncontrollable circumstances, we surrender our peace of mind and agency. By asking this question, you reclaim your power, focusing only on what truly matters: your thoughts, actions, and responses. Consider the chaos of modern life. Social media floods us with curated images of perfection, leaving us feeling inadequate. Economic uncertainty looms large, making us anxious about the future. Relationships strain under miscommunication or unmet expectations. In each of these scenarios, the root cause of our distress is rarely the event itself but our attachment to an outcome we cannot guarantee. For example, imagine scrolling through Instagram and feeling envious of someone else's seemingly perfect life. Instead of spiraling into self-doubt, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? The answer is clear: their posts, their choices, their lives, are entirely outside your influence. Recognizing this frees you from unnecessary suffering and redirects your energy toward what you can change: your perspective, your habits, and your own journey. But let's go deeper. This question doesn't just help you avoid emotional turmoil, it also empowers you to take decisive action. When faced with a challenge, most people hesitate because they're overwhelmed by variables they cannot predict or control. They worry about failure, rejection, or unforeseen obstacles. A Stoic, however, approaches the situation differently. Take Epictetus' words as guidance: some things are up to us, and some things are not. Before acting, they clarify what falls into each category. For instance, suppose you're preparing for an important presentation at work. You might obsess over whether your audience will approve of your ideas or fear being judged harshly. These concerns, while natural, are distractions. Instead, focus on what you can control, rehearsing your material thoroughly, speaking with confidence, and delivering value to your listeners. By doing so, you eliminate anxiety about external validation and channel your efforts into excellence. The beauty of this Stoic trick lies in its universality. It applies to every area of life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. Let's explore how it works in different contexts. In relationships, conflicts often arise because we try to control others' behavior or reactions. Perhaps a loved one said something hurtful, or a colleague dismissed your input during a meeting. Your instinct might be to demand an apology, retaliate, or dwell on their actions. But here again, the question emerges: is this within my control? Their words, attitudes, and choices are not yours to dictate. What you can control is how you respond, with patience, understanding, or constructive dialogue. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. By shifting your focus inward, you preserve your dignity and foster healthier connections. In career pursuits, the same principle holds true. Many people delay starting projects, applying for promotions, or pursuing passions because they fear failure or rejection. Yet, success is never guaranteed, no matter how hard you try. The Stoics teach us to detach from outcomes and focus instead on effort and virtue. Ask yourself, what part of this process is within my control? If you're writing a book, you can't force readers to buy it, but you can commit to writing daily, editing rigorously, and marketing strategically. By concentrating on actionable steps, you remove the paralyzing fear of failure and replace it with disciplined progress. Even in moments of personal adversity, this question serves as a lifeline. Loss, illness, or betrayal can shake us to our core, leaving us questioning everything. During these times, it's easy to fall into despair, believing that life has dealt us an insurmountable blow. Yet, Stoicism offers solace through perspective. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When facing hardship, pause and ask, what aspects of this situation are within my control? While you may not be able to change the circumstances themselves, you can choose how you interpret them and respond. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and philosopher, echoed this sentiment when he said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." That space is where Stoicism thrives, and where you find your strength. To fully harness the power of this question, it must become a habit. Like any skill, it requires consistent practice until it becomes second nature. Start small. Whenever you feel stressed, frustrated, or uncertain, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? Over time, this reflexive inquiry will reshape your mindset, helping you filter out noise and focus on what truly matters. Keep a journal to track your progress. Write down situations where you applied this question, how it influenced your response, and the outcomes that followed. Reflecting on these moments reinforces the habit and deepens your understanding of its impact. Now, let's address a common misconception. Some may argue that focusing solely on what's within your control neglects the importance of ambition or striving for goals. After all, isn't it necessary to aim high and push boundaries? Absolutely, but Stoicism doesn't discourage ambition, it refines it. By separating controllables from uncontrollables, you direct your energy toward meaningful action rather than wasted worry. Consider an athlete training for a competition. They can't guarantee victory, but they can control their preparation, diet, sleep, and mindset. Similarly, in any pursuit, align your efforts with virtue and excellence, trusting that the results will follow naturally. Another powerful aspect of this Stoic trick is its ability to foster gratitude and contentment. When you consistently remind yourself of what's beyond your control, you begin to appreciate what you already have. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, reducing anxiety about the future and dissatisfaction with the present. For example, instead of lamenting traffic delays, acknowledge that you're fortunate to have a vehicle and the means to travel. Instead of resenting rainy weather, recognize its role in nourishing the earth. Each moment becomes an opportunity to practice acceptance and find joy in simplicity. As you integrate this practice into your life, remember that it's not about suppressing emotions or denying pain. Stoicism acknowledges that emotions are natural and valid, it simply teaches us to manage them with reason and wisdom. When anger arises, don't suppress it, examine it. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it based on something within my control? This reflective process transforms raw emotion into rational insight, empowering you to act with intention rather than impulse. Ultimately, the power of asking yourself this simple question lies in its ability to simplify complexity. Life is messy, unpredictable, and often overwhelming. But by filtering experiences through the lens of control, you strip away distractions and focus on what truly matters, living virtuously, authentically, and purposefully. You stop wasting energy on futile attempts to manipulate the uncontrollable and instead invest it in becoming the best version of yourself. So, how will you begin using this Stoic trick today? Think about a current challenge or decision you're facing. Pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? Use the answer to guide your next steps, whether it's letting go of something outside your influence or taking deliberate action on what you can change. Share your experience in the comments below. How did this question help you gain clarity or resolve a dilemma? If this video resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content on Stoicism, personal growth, and practical strategies for living well. Together, let's continue building lives of resilience, purpose, and fulfillment. Stay strong, stay inspired. Until next time, farewell.